Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Emily. So last video that you guys would have seen was me unboxing my new plants from Gabriella's Plants. Well, I decided to just go ahead and repot them, get them into some new soil. This soil is really dry and coming away from the pot, so it's might be a little bit hydrophobic. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get them into some new fresh soil, and let's just go ahead and jump into it. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit of a new way of repotting. I am going to try my best to keep everything in frame, but because I film on my phone, I don't know if I'm going to be able to. So I apologize in advance, but I figured we could just do a little bit of a repot and chat. I'm trying to think of which one I want to do first. I think I'm going to start with the alocasia, because I don't know if you can see, but the soil, yeah, is straight out of the pot. So, sorry. Let's see if I can, just like that. So, these were in the mail for 4 days. So, I am just going to go ahead and repot these bad boys. Got some really nice roots though. So, a little bit about me. Obviously, my name's Emily. I am 23 and I'm from Kansas City. I have 3 younger siblings, and I have, ooh, yeah, those roots were just so dry that they just came right off. But I have been with my fiance for 7 years. We're not married yet, and with the economy and just how expensive weddings are, I don't know when we're going to get married. Eventually we will. Just the weddings are so expensive. I have 3 dogs. I have Sammy, who's my oldest one. He is 6. He is a Rhodesian Ridgeback Hound mix. I rescued him from the pound. Ooh, long root. Man, I got him when he was 11 months old. The volunteers there said that he hated men, could not stand men, and that he had been returned 2 or 3 times before me and Alex took him home, because he kept biting the men. Well, that little stinker, he, when they brought him into the room with us, the first thing he did was go to Alex, and Alex pet him. And so I thought he was going to be Alex's dog. But no, he is a mama's boy. I can be sitting on the couch and him laying right there at my feet, and he will follow me into the kitchen if I go into the kitchen, which is like 5 steps away. And then the next one I got, her name is Harley. She is an American Pit Bull Terrier. Let's see, we got her when she was 12 weeks old. Oh, that's a little corn. Got her when she was 12 weeks old. Actually, one of Alex's friends that he went to high school with, their dog had puppies, and she was the last one because not only was she the runt, but she was the only one that was black in the whole litter. And so there's another little corn. So we took her home, and she was supposed to be Alex's dog. And again, she turned into my dog. But she did help. What is, this is either fuzz or is a death plug. But she did help Sammy get over his separation anxiety, which he had had since we brought him home from the pound. Which a lot of rescue dogs, especially from pounds, they will have anxiety and fearfulness and stuff like that. Just problems from being in that stressful environment of a pound. And so obviously he's not to blame. That is what happens. And then my third dog, he's the newest one. He is, Harley, she's 4. Yeah, Harley is 4. And then my last dog, his name is Diesel. He is the newest one. He is also he's a pit bull mix. We think he's mixed with like Akita or maybe Chow. But he's a little baby. He is 3. We got him when he was, I want to say 5 or 6 weeks old. We actually found him. And when we brought him home, because he was very small, he actually wouldn't take just straight puppy food. I had to run to the store and get him a milk replacer. And I had to bottle feed him with making like a breeders kind of call it like puppy chow slurry. Basically, I mixed the puppy food, the dry puppy food, with the milk replacer and let it get all mushy, and then mushed the the dry puppy food, made it into more of like a mush so that he could eat it. Alright, those are pretty clean, really nice, healthy roots, really. So I'm just gonna move that to the side. Where did my pot? Here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and put it. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and upsize it into a 5-inch. I've got some really chunky soil. Okay, so back to Diesel. I had to feed him with the puppy chow slurry thing, the mush. And we did that for a few weeks. He was definitely the baby. And I think because of him being taken away from his mother and lost so early, and just he had some health problems that he actually was a little bit stunted in his growth, we think. And so he's a little small. He is still about 30, or he's probably about 40, 45 pounds. But he's just a little short. Yeah, I think I'm gonna add a support stake here. Alright, so that was how I got my dogs. I'm trying not to block you. Really, I am. So I'm really sorry, but I can't really. There we go. I just got a support stake in there now. And I will water that in here in a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and leave these corms to the side just for now. I'm gonna go ahead and do the syngonium. I think I'm gonna do the philodendron brandy last, because I haven't decided if I want to put it on a moss pole yet or not. Oh, these roots are coming out the bottom. We've got some really dry roots in there. So, oh, this one's a little, this one's way, this one's not as dry as the alocasia. Okay, so how I got into plants. Funnily enough, I saw a really, what I thought was a really like big golden pothos at a shop. And so I asked Alex if I could get one. And he said yes. So I went to Walmart that night and I picked up my golden pothos that I still haven't killed, which I suppose is a good thing. I probably would have been turned off of plants if I ended up killing it. But got it for, I believe it was $8. at the Walmarts. And just after that, it started popping out all these new leaves. It's a really variegated one, and so I just kind of fell in love, and so I started watching YouTube videos on how to make sure that I took care of it properly and that I didn't kill it, because I loved and still do love my pothos. And one thing led to another, and now I have like 20 or so plants. I probably have more than that after these 4. And I have 2 different pothos, different pothos. I have a golden and a marble queen. And I have 1, 2, 3 scindapsus. And a couple of alocasias, and I have more philodendron than anything else in my collection. But that's okay. I love but hate moss poles. Found that out. And that is how I got into plants. I actually have an aglaonema that Alex actually picked out, and it was my first pink plant, and I think it's my only pink plant. I have a painted lady, but only the stems and petioles are pink-ish. And it's still doing great. It's actually got 2 leaves that it's unfurling right now. And I've got some syngoniums. I think this is my 3rd syngonium. My favorite plant at the moment has got to be my brand new Thai constellation, Monstera. I absolutely love that plant. She is just so big and gorgeous, and I love her so much. If you follow me over on Instagram, I actually have some pictures of her. My Instagram is Emily, with a Y over on Instagram. So if you want to follow me over there, that would be great. And you get to see my new Thai constellation. Plus, we can do some more of these repot and chats, and you can ask me questions, and I'll definitely put up some polls and stuff on what videos you'd like to see, what questions you have for me, if any. This is more of like a peat moss based soil, and it is very hard to get out of these roots. especially when I'm trying really hard to be gentle with these roots, because these plants were just in the mail for 4 days. So I know I shouldn't be doing this right now, but I'm glad I am, because these plants were root bound and dry. But with 4 days in a box, can't really blame them. Honestly, I'd rather I open up really dry soil plants than just soaking wet ones, which I have before. When I got my painted lady, it was so wet that the whole package and all of the paper and everything was just moist. Like all of it. Even the other plants in the shipment. They were so wet. Alright. We're gonna call that good enough there. Set that to the side. How are you gonna fit in this 5-inch? Yeah, you'll be good. You'll be good. Where's my, here we go. Honestly, as long as you have a really, really chunky mix, which I do at the moment, I don't worry too much about pot size if it's just a little bit too big. As long as it's just a little too big. But I think this 5-inch is perfect. And I love these clear pots. I'm so glad I am switching over to clear pots for all of my plants. Because not only can I see how wet the soil still is, but you can definitely see your roots and check on your roots. And there's really no guessing on if you need to repot the plant or not. All right, there she is. I'm just going to that looks like an aerial root. Alrighty, there we go. Gorgeous. Alright, on to the next one. We're gonna go ahead and do this Hoya. I am so excited about this being my first Hoya. I'm just checking the leaves. Honestly, I'm ecstatic because this is a very, very big plant for how much I paid for it. I was not expecting this to be this big, because I know Hoya are traditionally really small or really slow growers. So the fact that it's already this big is very exciting. You know what? I don't think this is actually going to be big enough to repot. Or I don't think this is enough roots to repot into a bigger pot. So, yeah, there's not very many roots. Okay. All I'm gonna do is just, I'm not gonna disturb this one too much. Gonna some more soil in there. Go ahead and add these in. And I'm just gonna go ahead and fill in the soil that I took out. All right. We are just gonna call this good. Okay, move her back over. All right, now let's check on the brandy here. Some very dry soil. As you can see, it's just crumbling away. And I just have a little 3.5 inch here. Yeah, go ahead and use this one. And you know what I forgot with all of these plants? I'll go ahead and just add it in on the top. I forgot my fertilizer. That's okay. Add a little bit in the bottom. Add a little bit right there. And I'm just gonna add some soil And put the rest of this fertilizer in here. Alright. Let's do a little tappy tap. Get the soil to settle around the roots. Alright, and that one is all good. And this is just Osmocote Plus. This is the outdoor and indoor plant. Good. Take my chopstick and just mix it around in here. Do a little mixy mix. And I'm going to do the same thing with my systemic insect deterrent. Just gonna sprinkle some in here. And then just go ahead and mix it around. Alright. Now all I'm doing is I'm just doing these same steps with all of the plants. Systemic and some fertilizer. This is a slow release fertilizer. Let's see. And it says it feeds up to 6 months. All right. So continuing on with our little talk. Let's see, we talked about how I got into plants, my favorite plants. And talk about some wish list plants of mine. So I've got a lot of wish list plants, especially since I am just now, you know, still kind of starting out in my collecting with my collection. So I have a whole bunch of wish list plants. Like, honestly, it could be a whole video in itself, and maybe I will make it its own video. But Obviously, my Thai constellation was one of my wish list plants. And I was very lucky enough to get it, especially with how big it is. I was very fortunate to be able to get one that was not only very established, but I did repot it, and it's got some amazing roots. But I also want, which I don't know if I am actually ever going to get one, but I do want a Monstera albo. An Alocasia blizzard is one of them. Ooh, a Syngonium area. I'm very bad at speaking, so I'm sorry when I mispronounce things. It's a very bad habit of mine. Oh, a variegated Alocasia Frydek. I want one of those so bad. You're leaning over. Yeah. I haven't decided if I want this on a moss pole or in a trailing basket yet, so we're just gonna leave her like that. But yes, and a variegated Frydek. I want one of those so bad. I just haven't been able to convince myself to buy one, because the one big Alocasia that I have is the Hilo Beauty. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just the Alocasia cycling that happens or what, but I swear that plant hates me. That's a little bit too big. What I'm going to do is I think I'm just gonna go ahead and rinse these off, and I'm going to put them in some sphagnum moss and let them root a little bit more before I pot them up. I think that is what I am going to do. Let's see. But yeah, maybe I'll just make a video on all of my wish list plants. Because I swear, there is so many that I want. Like, it's not even funny. There's so many. But if you want to see, if you're interested in like a video of all of my wish list plants, let me know down in the comments below, and I will definitely make one for you. Because I feel like that would be a really fun video. Just to reflect on how many plants that I want. That would be crazy. But yeah, so I don't have any moss ready to go at the moment, so I am just going to end the video here, and I'm going to rinse these off, put them in some moss, and put them in my cabinet, and we will go from there. But if you like this video, don't forget to go ahead and give it a big thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see, if you like this video, like this repot and chat. I know it's a little different. It's probably a way longer video than any of my other videos. And I definitely did a lot of talking. I am not used to that. But if you liked it, I thought it was fun. And I would love to hear any questions you had for me or any comments or anything like that. If you followed me on Instagram or even down in the comments below, I would love to read those. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe. It really helps my channel out. And I'd love to grow a really nice community and little YouTube family here, all with plant lovers, and give each other tips and tricks and anything like that, because I know I definitely would love some tips and tricks that you guys have if you've had plants for a really long time. Well, that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching all the way through. If you did, if you didn't, I wouldn't hold it against you. I know it was a really long video and I have no idea how it turned out or if even the audio was any good because I'm so far away from the phone. But if you could let me know down in the comments below how you felt about it, that would be amazing. I will see you guys next time. Thank you again for watching. Bye.